No, sorry, mute your mic, otherwise I will mute. Yeah, I will mute. Yes, John had done it. And Sophie, I do it. Yes. So welcome again to this journey of mindfulness and meditation, or you can say it is the journey of self-discovery. Why? Simple. You study physics or science to gain the skill sets and the knowledge so that you can use that knowledge for wealth. What do you get in Eastern wisdom when you study it? You study Eastern wisdom to study yourself. That is the biggest difference. So even if you are sick, you study why you are sick. We are not offering a panacea, but we want to know the cause. So you study yourself to understand why the mind is saying that I am sick. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. It took a couple of years for me to understand. And now it goes into every cell of the body, every pint in the blood of the body. We are understanding the sutras by the Patanjali. That is one of the foremost texts of Eastern wisdom. We have studied 3 sutras. The 4th one says, what is non-meditative or mindfulness state? What happens to the mind and the life when we are not in a meditative state? That should also be known clearly. To say it simply, from where we have started, your body is sick. So the mind clearly understands your body is sick. You are not sick. I must practice meditation. Are you getting it? Your mood is upset. So mood is upset because of the mind. You are not the mind. So I must do the practice. So the 4 sutras clarifies what is meditative and what is non-meditative states according to this master. So once we are clear about the meditative and the non-meditative state, we are clear about our day-to-day living. How the thoughts creates a wrong notion. The wrong notion has become a habit, and the habit in the mind works on me, means the mind is working on me. That brings an experience. I am sick. I don't want to do it. I am upset because honey made a very negative remark. Example. For example. Those who are single, I don't want to do the practice because I feel lonely. Loneliness is in the mind. Meditation is working on the mind that discovers peace and happiness. I am not saying anything about them. You simply start thinking in the way these masters are thinking and see the result by yourself. We are decoloring the thought process that created the wrong notion, that created the habitual and the mechanical life. That is the process of Eastern wisdom. We don't want to push. We want to say, understand it clearly. So the first sutra we studied, yoga is the highest state of mindfulness. It lives in 5 subjective states. The mindfulness, the journey of the mindfulness starts when the mind moves into the last 2 states, the one-pointedness and the emptiness. Second sutra says, emptiness of the mind. Emptying the mind of its contents that are habitual and mechanical in nature leads to the state of mindfulness. Whose mind? I told you. Eastern wisdom, to study Eastern wisdom means I have to study myself. I had a couple in India. So one day the husband joined the session in a larger group, and after the session he approached me and he said, today's lecture was so fascinating. And my honey is absent. She must learn it. So I'm going home to teach her. I said, what about you? What about you? That is the nature of our mind. So sometime our mind creates an opinion. You see that this talk is really fascinating and applies to my honey. What about you? What about you? Where are you? Come on. So by listening again and again, you understand that every principle must apply to me first. It doesn't happen in one listening. So third sutra says that when you empty this mind of its contents that are habitual and mechanical in nature, knowledge of the reality descends into the mind. You discover your true nature. You discover the permanent state of peace and happiness. And the fourth sutra says, what it says, if you don't live in meditative state during the day, 24/7, then the other 3 states, what are the 3 states? The wandering mind, obsessed mind, crazy mind is living in you. You can think of the result. I am sick. My boss is not good. My honey does not understand. You see, wandering, obsession, crazy. What my mind has to do with the other? So the masters of the Eastern wisdom bring your mind back again and again to study yourself. Let us go a little deeper. 3 states I told you. Wandering mind, forgetfulness mind, that also means fancies and imagination. First, you see that, again I give simple example of the honey to make you understand. I don't mean anything other than that. Honey does not understand. So I forget myself to study myself. First point. So first, honey does not understand, and then I start blaming the honey. So it is a reactive mind. So from one state of the mind, I move to the second state of the mind. I completely forget myself that I need to change. I don't want to change. So blame, complaint, and reaction becomes my habit of the mind. And I don't want to listen. My mind does not want to listen. That is a non-meditative state. Are you getting it? Sometimes it happens to all of us. No, I don't want to understand. You should understand me. Same mind, non-meditative state. Do you see that? Once you have to listen to it again and again. You have to understand it again and again and again. Now question comes that why it happens. We should also find out. First answer that it happens because the mind lives into the first three states. But again we ask that why the mind lives into those three states. Because of the past impressions, because of the habits we have acquired, because we are living a mechanical and habitual life, because we have found a comfort zone that we don't want to get rid of it. If we want to break that cycle of the mind, we are scared. Scared means fear. Plus, we find in that habitual routine a kind of pleasure in cognitio. A pleasure too far from us as an idea. We live in fancies and imagination and forgetfulness. And then we have a greater IQ, my friend. We apply our IQ. You see, honey, when you behaved like this, I was so happy. So everything depends on you. IQ. What is IQ? Your IQ may be very high. Still you suffer from stress. Are you getting it? You may be a genius with a higher level of IQ and still you suffer from stress. I tell people, I ask, especially when the couple come to me for counseling and guidance, and I ask them, who is more intelligent out of the two? So sometimes the wife says, I'm more intelligent. I said, use your intelligence to manage your stress. Don't come to me. I will return all your money. Not possible. So here the master says, we need a different intellect, which is known as manisha, not IQ. The IQ is simply information gathering system in the mind. We multiply, we apply, and we retrieve the information to prove that we have a higher IQ. That is all about IQ. My IQ is 0. I want to live in that state. So Master says we have to live in manisha. What is manisha? The first property of manisha that it separates real from the unreal. It separates oneself from the anxiety. It separates oneself from the sickness. It separates oneself from the ignorance. Its main focus is how to get rid of this ignorance that is causing the suffering, and for which we need to listen to these principles, understand it, apply that, contemplate and reflect. So there is a difference between manisha and IQ. You may have a 0 IQ and you have only 1% of manisha. There is no problem in your life. You know how to solve these problems. Manisha looks at inside the head. It is wandering mind. The wandering mind is not focused. Because the mind is wandering, that's why I'm blaming others. Let me drop this blaming. The Manisha thinks in this way. IQ thinks, I will prove I'm more intelligent than you. Look at it. You behaved like this. That's why I was happy. So you have to behave like this. The onus is put on the other, on the environment, on the society. The responsibility lies with me to be in peace and happiness. My master always used to say, I am responsible for peace and happiness. I am responsible for my suffering. That is Manisha. Do you think in that way? You start thinking in that way and you will see the result. The problem is in the mind. My mind. So I cannot find the solution in the minds of others. So question of blaming, complaining and reaction must go. That is a non-meditative state. How simple is that to understand? Now we are understanding through Manisha. We need not to understand through IQ. IQ is useless. Yes, it is useful for getting a job, manipulating the world to get more wealth. But if you manipulate yourself, then what is going to happen? You cannot have a luxury to manipulate yourself. The more the stress will be there. That is what our masters are talking about. Problem is in the mind. Where? In my mind. So solution has to be put into the mind. That is what Manisha claims, declares, asserts. IQ says environment is responsible. My loneliness. Come on, you feel lonely by yourself? Then you will make everyone lonely. That is the assessment by the IQ. If you feel lonely because you are living singly and you claim that you feel lonely, wherever you go with anyone, you will make the other also lonely. Manisha. So from the point of view of Manisha, loneliness, because you are seeking something outside to fill that gap. That is loneliness. So your mind is still projecting happiness outside. So when it is projecting happiness, you have a desire and projecting happiness with an object, with a people, with a thing, with a surrounding. That mind is working on you. When you stop working of the mind on you, you start working on the mind. Hey mind, be at peace. This will also pass. So I give you one more and then we'll start. My master, with whom I spent 26 years, he used to say, he used to start his talk, O mind, be at peace, this shall pass. What shall pass? Mind says you are sick, this shall pass. You were not sick yesterday, you feel sick today, you will not feel sick tomorrow. Your mind is reacting against the honey. It did not react when you married. It responded with love, with attachment. So then tomorrow, let this shell pass. Can you remember this? All the time. You will discover the true nature. So we covered the 4 sutras briefly. Yoga is the highest state of mindfulness. Mind lives in 5 subjective states. What are the subjective states? First is the wandering. Second, you can say fancies, imagination, or forgetfulness. In dreaming, daydreaming, we forget ourselves. So that is also a state of forgetfulness. I'm living with a specific condition in the society, with my honey, with my kids, and the mind bypasses all the factual condition and start daydreaming. So I forget myself. So we say forgetfulness, or we also say insane mind, fool. So mind lives in that foolishness. That is also one way to say it. And the third is obsessed mind. I said you, if you follow this, only then there will be a peace. Why you are forcing others? Obsessed. So mind get obsessed with anything. In eating pizza, if I get the pizza only, then only my hunger will go away. Otherwise, hunger is for a specific food, for a specific condition. That is kind of an obsession. These 3 states of the mind can never achieve peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Do whatever you want to do. And we apply the IQ, we have to apply Manisha. I told you before. IQ says, your IQ at the time of dating was building a castle in the air that now soulmate. With any object also. Honey with your car, car is your honey, or kitchen is your honey, anything. So after a few days and few years, that IQ says, same IQ is blaming you now. Sour mate. IQ proves that now it is difficult to live. You were happy living with the same person or object. Now you are unhappy living and being with the same person. This is our IQ. Are you understanding? Manisha means I understand what is real and what is unreal. Soulmate. There is only one soulmate within me. That is my true nature. That is only my nature and my soul, my everything. The rest belongs to others. I have to separate myself, real from the unreal. Keep a smile on the face, We are not talking some serious matter. We are just enjoying. Are you getting it? In a play and fun. So the Manisha says, let me find out which is real and unreal, what is right and good. When my mind claimed and declared that other is a soulmate, is it a fact? Is it a truth? Is it real? Or is it simply an attachment? Ask yourself. You'll find the answer. We don't need IQ. We don't need past information. IQ is based on past information. And the past information contains both right and wrong, blame and response, reaction and response. Manisha, absence of it. See the beauty of the journey of this self-discovery. Are you getting it? That is why Buddha did not go for formal education, did not do PhD or research to know what is Manisha. In order to be a Nobel laureate, you have to do PhD, then research, and then lobbying. Then you present your paper published in Lancet. Dr. Mead knows Lancet is one of the prestigious journal, and then there is a chance that you are selected because of the IQ. Manisha is always present with everyone. So we have great masters who are totally illiterate but not ignorant, full of wisdom. We may have the highest IQ and still we live in ignorance. So dealing with our personal life, our existence, to live into that state of the peace and happiness, love and the wisdom, apply Manisha. Living the professional life, apply IQ. Keep it separate. That is what is all about for sutras. Let us start our practice with a smile on the face. Eyes are closed. Manisha makes you smile. IQ will ask, why should I smile? There is no reason. Many people tell me, why should I smile? Well, don't smile. Keep a big face. I'm sorry. So eyes are closed. Preparation. Eyes are closed. Position of the body. Any position of the body, sitting or lying down, will work. Eyes are closed gently. Looking now at the neck joint, feel it and experience sensation being comfortable and steadiness. It's a pure awareness here and now. See the difference. The IQ will ask, what is sensation? What kind of a sensation? What do you mean by being comfortable? I have never felt being comfortable at any time for the last 20 years. IQ. Then we are crazy. So move the mind on the shoulder joints. The mind is aware of the shoulder joints. You feel it. You feel the sensation being comfortable and steadiness. How simple it is to move with the Manisha. Move the mind on the entire body, on all the joints of the body. Neck joint, shoulder joints, hip, knees, elbows, toes. You are looking there only. And feel being comfortable, feeling the sensation and steadiness. Being carefree. Being carefree is to separate us from all the thought that enters the mind at this moment. So, in the state of sensation, comfortable and steadiness of the body, watch and witness whatever enters the mind and not get attached with them. Thoughts are not you. It is like standing across the road, watching the traffic at a distance. We do not watch the traffic entering into the middle of the road. Accident. So if the mental traffic is there, let it be there. You are watching at a distance. There is enough space in the mind. Mind never complains. My mind is, I'm full with all the thoughts. See that. The Manisha explores that space here and now. IQ will start debating. You are carefree. In that state of being comfortable and carefree, we purify the mind. Look inside the rib cage, in the heart, in the space, awareness of the breath, and start breathing. Quick, short breath as if you are playing with the breath. Playful breath. And stop this, do nothing. Recognize the experiences and the changes that is taking place. We will also repeat it. So when you repeat this practice minimum 3 times, it leads to quite a deeper experience. So we are starting that journey. Start breathing quick, short in the playful breath again. And stop it, do nothing. Watch the flow of the breath now. You will find both the flow in both the nostrils becoming equal. So we do the breathing practice until the flow becomes equal in both the nostrils. It's a deeper philosophy that we'll take up later. At present, you recognize the experience and the changes coming, and you remain there. What we are doing, we are getting rid of the first 3 states of the mind. According to Patanjali, the 4th and the 5th state of the mind can help us to meditate. So we do another practice. Start breathing deep, silent and slow. Inhale first into the belly, then into the rib cage up to the throat. It is deep, silent and slow, no noise at all. While breathing out, make the humming sound louder, deeper, longer with the lips together. Focus inside the forehead. Continue. And stop this deep breathing and the humming. Do nothing. We raise our awareness. Again the Manisha, you see that you look at the head and the neck. Who is looking? The mind. What do you mean by looking? Just an awareness of the head and the neck all around. Feel, know, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look mentally or move the mind on the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. We gained a focus in the mind. We stop the wandering so that the mind moves on the entire right arm and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. That is the key. You see, the previous step is related to the next step. The next step is the previous step gives you a background, prepares you for the next step. The left arm, the mind moves on the left arm with awareness and attention. And you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind moves on the rib cage, all around, in the front, in the back. Do you need Manisha? Yes. Do you need IQ? No. Just awareness of the rib cage, a feeling, a knowing, an experience, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind is looking at the belly all around. Be there. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Right leg. The mind goes to the right leg. You feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg. The mind moves on the left leg. The IQ asks 100 questions. What do you mean by moving? Manisha says, yes, I'm aware. I feel the entire left leg. That is what is moving the mind on the left leg. And you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body from the crown of the head to the toes. Feeling, awareness, experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. In a way, you're not doing anything. Now we will do a little bit. Look at the breath going in, drop Om Shanti. Look at the breath coming out, Om Shanti. Know the breath moving naturally is the first point of awareness. Feel the sensation of the breath moving at the tip of the nose is the second point of awareness. You do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath is the third point of awareness. Drop the mantra Om Shanti on every breathing going in, on every breath coming out is the fourth point of awareness. And when you drop Om Shanti, discover the infinite space behind it. How come? Without space, the breath cannot move its effect in the truth. That is why we say birds flying in the sky. Can you imagine waves without water? Can you imagine? Can you find any house without space? Similarly, when you drop Om Shanti, the masters of Eastern wisdom has thousands of tools and devices to help the mind to go within to discover our true nature, provided you are working with Manisha. Now we'll understand the mind, what it means by moving within in the next step. You look inside the heart in the space, emptiness, pick up a point in the space and drop Om Shanti at that point. Be there, experience it. We have left the breath now. Now from the first point, move the mind deeper in the heart. Find another point in the space. Drop the mantra Om Shanti. Be there, experience it, and see the space in front. So when you see the space, move the mind deeper again. Again in the space. Again find the point in the space as a play and a fun. Drop Om Shanti. Continue moving deeper and deeper and deeper. So with a milestone in dropping Om Shanti, you know the mind is moving deeper and deeper. What is going to happen? You will experience you are too far from the body and the breath and the world outside. Once you have that awareness, what will happen? you will enter into a variety of experiences, not restricted to tingling, numbness, freezing of the body, the sweating in the body or the heat, the rising as if you feel rising of the body. What we normally say levitate. Nothing is going to levitate physically. You'll feel that. Because the mind cannot interpret our experiences based on the past habit. So it mixes up. But they are good. You may have a vision in the color. Every point you discover in the space, the mind tends to believe that you are going deeper. And when the mind tends to believe you are going deeper, obviously you are going too far from the world outside, from the body, from the breath, from the thoughts, from the habits. We're not fighting with it. We are not controlling anything. Continue. Now leave this practice, return to the three-pointed awareness of the breath in the state of doing nothing. You're not doing anything. It doesn't mean you are not aware. Doing nothing doesn't mean that you fall into sleep and unconsciousness. We are conscious beings, so we are aware whatever is happening. So you are aware of the breath going in and out. You are aware of the sensation of the breath. You are aware that you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. And behind that, you find objectless state of the mind. The way deep down into an ocean, we find the water is calm in the quiet. On the surface of the mind, it is the wind of desire and the past impression and the habits. So thoughts may be coming and going, but you are deep enough. You have already found that peace within. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. Feel the change. Bring your mind on the left hand. Feel the change. Lift your both the palms, place it on your closed eyes, open the eyes inside the palms. So when you open your eyes, you see the darkness. In that darkness, you know your experiences, and then bring the hands down slowly.